Hello, my name is Stephanie Fears, and I have been a member of White Oak Community Church for almost 28 years. And so, when you were a youth, did you ever just kind of want to do something because your friends were doing it? Just wanting to be included, a part of a gang? Well, that's how my baptism at a young age came about. Others were doing it, and because of my FOMO, I followed suit. Not because I had come to know the Lord personally, but because I didn't want to be left out. And if you fast forward to like October of 1999, before either of these buildings of White Oak Community Church existed, we were just a startup church over on Center Street at the community center. I think now it's the pre-K building, but we were there, and to be honest, I can't recall what the message was about that day. I can't remember the songs that we sang, but man, I do remember being completely broken and coming to the realization that I was a sinner in desperate need of a Savior. Now, while my salvation did happen that day, I never followed through with a believer's baptism. We didn't have a baptismal at that point. They were just using swimming pools, and it was winter and just kind of easy to delay with just the thoughts of maybe warmer days in the summer. And then summer came and went without much thought of that baptism. And I guess that just in some of my immature faith, I was able to justify in my mind that, I was already baptized as a kid. And as my relationship with Christ grew and more summers and winters came and went, I was able to justify it in my mind then by kind of leaning into the story of the thief on the cross next to Jesus. He didn't get baptized, and he was still promised a place in paradise with Jesus. So then I think it kind of became more about the proving of I don't have to be baptized to be saved. And about 4 years ago, the Lord started really working in my heart and just kind of planting little seeds through just organic discussions that would come about on baptism with people in my work Bible study, in my home group, and just with other various individuals. But even so, man, pride can be such a strong deterrent. And I mean, at this point, after a couple of decades, things just kind of become really easy to shrug off and just ignore and gloss over. Well, I guess finally this last year, I started digging into the topic a little more during my quiet time. And what I found was pretty simple, but very powerful. And it's baptism matters a lot. So much so that the Lord of all the universe saw it necessary to be baptized himself. So why on earth would I not see it as important for me? I mean, if our whole goal is to look like Jesus, live like Jesus, love like Jesus, I need to follow his example. And not just in the things of my choosing, but in all things. A couple of weeks ago, I was listening to a podcast, and I heard a question that I just couldn't shake. And it was, what is the one thing that Jesus is asking you to do in order to follow Him as a closer disciple? And the answer was immediate and evident, and that was to be baptized. And I don't want my pride or anything else to stand in the way of a closer walk with Him. It's taken me 27 years from the moment of my salvation to my baptism. And I don't want to wait a minute longer. My name is Stephanie, and today I'm getting baptized.